Hey everyone, this is Min the Mass Media Group. We're going to be talking about AI music. Are we losing our soul? We'll be right back after these brief messages. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and joining. Always appreciate you. Once again, this is the Min the Mass Media Group, and today I wanted to talk about AI music. In particular, there was a video that I saw called Don't Send Me No AI Music, and so shout out to Curtis King TV. Shout out to Curtis King TV. I thought his take was very enlightening, and so I wanted to expand on this topic called AI music. Now, once again, I know normally we don't talk about like music in general, but I thought that this was something that I kind of wanted to get off my chest, especially as somebody who's been a quote unquote creator, right? Who likes to create a lot of things. And music just happens to be one of them. Just quick backstory. Actually, I started in elementary school as a clarinetist and continued learning various instruments as I grew. But I do remember back in the day especially when hip hop and, music was basically in hip hop started in particular sampling from like records. And I do remember people like literally taking records and scratching and all that other stuff to make their samples. And then it went from like sampling on records to something called looping. And in particular, there was this, I don't know if it was a program or some CDs or anything, but it was called Fruity Loops. And you would take these loops, which is basically repetition. So for example, I might play a drum, right, for a couple seconds, and then I would just repeat that, and then it would loop it, and then you would throw that into your software program or your editor program, and you would just loop it. And so we went from Fruity Loops to eventually something called buying beats, which was crazy. Just a quick backstory on that. So one time I was working with the artist, and we went to his friend's house. He had a studio set up at his home, and so when we went to go drop some tracks and record, he was like, oh, what, hold on, before we go, which beats do you guys want to use? And I thought we were going to go there and maybe play something on the beat machine or keyboard, or maybe even some instruments or something like that. But he's all, well, yeah, I'm gonna put this beat in the machine at the time, and then you can, rap over it, sing over it, whatever. And I was like, how'd you get this beat? He saw, oh, I bought it. I'm like, people like buying beats these days? Like, he's like, yeah, it's simple. Now, this was probably back in like 2004, 2005-ish, I guess, maybe around there, give or take. And so I thought that phenomenon was quite crazy to me, because like I was just like started from like, I'm always like just started from scratch and then just make music. But, going from sampling to Fruit Loops to buying beats, now to actually have a machine full on not only do your lyrics for you by prompting, but then if you prompt it to tell it, use it in this style. And then you can even put like, I thought I saw like a song that mixed kind of like a Motown version ish with like Tupac or DMX or something like that. It was good. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna front, and I think the average everyday listener probably won't even care about how the music is produced, but as long as it's produced and it sounds good or decent, then it's cool. But I think I'm just kind of questioning more now the process, how we actually get to creating something, and not just with music, but just with anything. Like, at what point are we going to kind of go back to the basics and understand that things just take time, right? I mean, we're cooking our food now, like through the microwave, and I know we got air fryers and all this other stuff, but I mean, when you think about things being planted in the soil, I mean, they just take time. So I think with, some products, and I'm using that term loosely because creating things can be a product too, as well, including media. And sometimes it just takes time. It may not be perfect. I mean, there's going to be some human flaws within, the music, but it's still made from the human mind, right? The output, when you talk about human creation, just goes back just to the fundamentals of just enjoying the process of creating, which then leads me to that question: are we going to get back, or are we moving too far with using AI from actually enjoying the process of creating now? Because everything has to be quick. We got to get this out. We're on a schedule, so let's just do this. Let's just use AI to help us out. And hey, as I said, full disclosure in the beginning, I'm not saying I don't use AI, because I think it's a great tool for feedback. But in particular with music, I'm not saying that people have called themselves a producer when using AI music. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard it, but that'd definitely be a slap in the face, as people who actually do create music, from scratch, to actually call yourself a musician or even an artist when you don't have any, outside of just prompting it, you don't have any creation in that process at all. Now, I do get it, prompting, giving lyrics. I mean, that does actually take some skill to have, the AI give you, I guess, as much of a sound as you want. And I've seen some pretty cool stuff coming out. I'm not going to lie. And once again, for the average user or listener, they probably won't care anyway. I'm just questioning, as a society, as a whole, where are we kind of going, with AI right now, in particular, with music. So it looks like allegedly there is a person that is named Talisha Jones, who created an AI artist named Zanaya Monet, allegedly signed to a record label, is allegedly, for $3 million. Now, look, do what you need to do. I am not hating anybody getting their money. Okay? I'm just questioning things here in terms of authenticity. Are we moving away from being authentic now? Or are we just gonna, or are they going to just sign a whole bunch of like AI stuff? I even saw allegedly that Timbaland actually might be getting involved in this whole AI thing too, allegedly. And so when are we going to get to a point we're going to get back to, the fundamentals of actually sitting down, writing the lyrics, getting with musicians? I mean, look, even if you can't sing that well, I mean, at least try, so at the end of the day, we just need to just question how far are we going to go, in particular with this AI music stuff, and actually call it legit music, because it's really just a computer interpreting things as music, and people are obviously making millions of dollars. But hey, this is just my opinion, and so I'm just throwing it out there as a whole, as a society, just to say, where are we headed in particular with this AI music? I know this was a little off topic, but I just wanted to put this out there. If you have any comments, go ahead and drop it below, and we will see you next time. As always, please take care of yourself, and we're out. Peace and reparations.